Good morning, my people. You're welcome to today's political discussion. Now, the Lagos State Police Command have arrested self-acclaimed Oba of Lagos, who is planning to build a 1.5 billion naira palace in Amuodofi. I repeat, the Lagos State Police Command have arrested self-acclaimed Oba of Lagos, who is planning to build 1.5 billion naira palace, Igbo palace, in Amuodofi, Lagos State. I have said this before. As a human being, there are things you must protect. Number one, your culture, your heritage, your tradition, and your history. I repeat, as a human being, there are things you must protect. There are things that makes you different from others. It is your culture, it is your heritage, it is your tradition, and your history. Now, recently, Yoruba traditional communities petitioned the Lagos State government over an Oba of Lagos wanting to build a palace for himself against the laws of the state. Look at the report. The Lagos State Police Command has successfully thwarted an attempt to unlawfully install a self-proclaimed Oba of Lagos. Two things there. Unlawfully, self-proclaimed. Unlawfully, self-proclaimed. Now, in the state, following petitions from the Yoruba community, traditional community, and other prominent Yoruba cultural institutions. Now, look at the point here. Now, the principal suspect, Engineer Chibike Azubike, 65 years old man from Oboduku Ancient Kingdom in Idiato North, local government of Imo State. He was arrested alongside 3 accomplices. Chief Chibuzo Ani, 57 years old man, Chief Martins Nwaodika, 65 years old man, and Mr. Ikechukwu Franklin Nadi, 41 years old man. Now look at this critically. An Igbo man goes to Lagos State, self-acclaimed Oba of Lagos, wants to build a palace of 1.5 billion naira. Now, one thing we lack as Igbo people is central intelligence and central leadership. Looking at the way things are going on now, you see, it is easy for these Yoruba cultural institutions to petition the government. You know that Tinubu is the president. You know the sentiment that has to do with when we have people that is our brother in power. Look at Buhari. When Buhari was president, you saw how the Fulani went rampage. Nobody dare challenge them because that is how Nigeria is designed. We don't have central intelligence. That is why we have such people disgracing the Igbo people in Nigeria. The first Oba of Lagos that bragged, he was bragging that he's going to bring IPOB into Lagos State to defend the Igbo people. Now, where is he now? With all the bragging that he has been bragging, he's still in custody, in prison. Now, at Alaba, they said we are going to change leadership. A certain Igbo man wanted to rig the process, wanted to play smart, and he was bragging because he felt he was powerful. Now, they arrested him, they took him to Abuja. We don't know where he is now. So all this chest beating and trying to show off as Igbo people has not helped us before and would not help us. I'm an Igbo man. I'm a Biafran, a proud one from Abia State, Isukwato local government. I'm a proud one. And I do not concur with what these elements, we don't even recognize them. We don't recognize them. I have said it before that the Igbo man is the least influential politically in Nigeria. Amongst the top tribes in Nigeria, the Igbo man is the least because of we don't have a leadership and we don't have a central direction, an agenda, a central intelligence. If we had a leadership of Ohaneze would have advised this young man not to go on with what he's doing. But we just had old men in Ohaneze, they're just doing nothing. Now you are bragging, this one they arrest you now. They go put you inside cell, they go stop your whatever, and your chest beating. See, sometimes I'm ashamed on behalf of my Igbo people. Nnamdi Kanu said that the worst people to deal with, Nnamdi Kanu, is the Igbo people, the worst people ever to deal with. It's unfortunate that some of us will be like experiencing these kind of things in our lifetime. Now, you want to erect a palace You are calling yourself Oba of Lagos. You don't know the law. Their law, Lagos State Ministry of Arts and Culture. You don't know the right process. It is because you want to show off. Every little time, an Igbo man wants to show off himself. Most of our Igbo billionaires, most of them are just there for show off. You don't contribute to the heritage. You don't contribute to the culture. You don't contribute to the tradition. You don't contribute to our history. What happens to Ijeato, Imo State, that you can invest such an amount of money to develop? We are looking at Nigeria, how Nigeria is structured today. Everybody is fighting for self-preservation. Some people, some foolish people, they are not reading the times. They are not understanding how the season that we are in. They are just, everybody just going to Lagos, 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 Lagos. You leave your state, you leave your region, you have an opportunity, you have access to funds. Instead of you to use this judiciously to preserving your children and their identity, instead, you want to go and show off. I bet you, what this young man wants to do is show off. He does not represent the interests of the Igbo people. Now, we don't have a leadership, a central leadership that will pilot the affairs of the Igbo people. The closest was Nnamdi Kanu, because, you see, for you to capture the collective interest of the Igbo people, you must move towards a direction. Now, there's what they call conservatism. Are Igbos conservative? Those that are conservative, do they have a central leadership that moves with intelligence and precision? Look at how they talk to Sunday Igbo, step down, do this and that. How they organize Sunday Igbo, because they had a central leadership. Look at how politicians behave in different parts of Nigeria, in different regions of Nigeria. Look at Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma, I told you that the insecurity going on in any state, must be with the collaboration of politicians. There's no how you must be hearing insecurity in any region that the politicians don't have a hand in them. I think I listened to one video. One of these guys, whether they call him Angel. Angel came out. Those guys terrorizing the communities. I think is it Anambra State or Imo State? Angel came out and he mentioned names of politicians that got them involved in the struggle. Usually, when politicians want to do something, they thrive in conflict. They told them that you are fighting for this, you are fighting for that, and they gave them what they gave them, and they started causing havoc. Now, the politicians have abandoned them. Then these guys are coming out to call their names. Look at Hope Uzodinma. Look at Southeast governors. Look at what is going on in the Southeast. Everybody's running their race. Nobody's coming together. The Southeast Development Commission, look at what they came out. They just came out shoddily and they prepared something. They just, all of a sudden, they just dropped their agenda and they left. Look at what the Southwest is doing. Meticulously following, committed, organized. Whether they are organized in bad thing, why are you not organized in the good thing you are doing? As Igbo people, you say the Yorubas are bad, that these are cunning. You cannot go into the evil forests, into the jungle, and you just lose guard. Can you, as an Igbo man, enter into the jungle where you know that there are snakes, there are vipers, there are all sorts of wild animals, which if you don't keep, if you're not alert, they will attack you. Nigeria is a jungle whereby it's an evil forest. Whereby if you are in Nigeria, you must be intelligent enough to know how you carry out your activities. That young man is not intelligent. He's just money misroad. Somebody called him a scammer, or he's a fake engineer, or what have you. Then coming to say Oba of Lagos, because you know when these Igbo men have money, it's to show off. When you look at the richest men in Nigeria, Igbos are not top 10. Richest men that are Nigerians all over the world, Igbos are not top 10. But where do we have this idea of, like, somebody says, if you go to Anambra, they get, most of your Igbo billionaires are made by the federal government. Tinubu has made some of your Igbo billionaires. Babangida has made some of your Igbo billionaires. So what is the bragging here for? The most important thing, if you are making this money, use it to preserve yourself. How do you preserve yourself? You preserve your history first. Let's know your history. If you go to any place, okay, I was born in Lagos. For a very long time, I didn't go to the village. And I went to the village. And I asked, who is your father? And I don't know my father. I don't know my history. I cannot point my father's house. I don't know who I can connect my father. Just like somebody from a certain country, I think Korea. The young man said he lost contact with his father. His father is an Igbo man. His name is this and this and that. He's from so state. Now, he cannot point his father's father. He cannot tell you his father's village. His father just went there, maybe and fathered the son and left the young man. The young man is trying to retrace his roots. The young man could not tell you his history, his family history or family ties, or could not point to one thing. So you first as a person, to preserve yourself, your history first must be intact. I challenge Igbo leaders of thought. I challenge Ohaneze. What are the efforts? An average Igbo man, young person, does he know the history of the Igbo people? Or at least not generally Igbo people. Does he know at least a history of how the Igbo people found themselves in Nigeria? Or where did we come from? How do you compete with people, whether they fabricated their history? It no concern you. Because me, generally, most of this history we are talking about, most of them are fabricated. With no offense. I heard, is it Oduduwa came from the sky with chicken in one hand and one thing? These are, that's what they call it. Just like the Zeus and everything. The Zeus and all these fable stories, folklore. Me, I don't really believe in so much history because as Africans, we do not really document most of the things we did. But there should be a design, a generally accepted design that people will have to hinge on so that you will not be confused. Other tribes will not use that against you. Some people are gathering, some people are scattering. You see, the Igbo man will be on his own. At the end of the day, he might be bailed and he will stop that project. And what a fool people, he has people around him, they cannot advise him. And I believe most Igbo men, if you advise them, the arrogance and the lousiness may not be here. The arrogance and the lousiness no be here. I have said it that the crop of Igbo men we have these days, they are not real Igbo men. I don't know where they come from. Did they germinate from the soil, or did they fall from heaven? The Igbo men we have, no, they are not alert. They are not tactical when it comes to social politics. They're not intelligent enough to discern when to do something and when to do another thing. Okay, they were talking about this Oba of Lagos. Somebody brought in Anambra, Oba in Anambra State, in Anambra community, and Oba in the community, sanctioned by the governor. See, Soludo, nice sanctioner. And in that flyer, if you look at it critically, in that flyer, he did not say, he said Yoruba leader. You see, there are ways you go about something. You can become your Oba of Lagos, but you do it in a tactical manner. You know that there's resentment for the Igbos. You know the bigotry going online. You know that the people you are living within, they are looking for an opportunity to feast on you. They are looking for opportunity, but you don't care. You are in an evil forest. You don't care. You can do and undo. You just leave caution to the wind. Then when they start devouring you now, you start crying foul. You start saying Nigeria is this. Nigeria is being bad to the Igbos. You don't have emotional intelligence. You don't have political intelligence. Social intelligence, you don't have. You can do business because, well, you see, the way these guys are accommodating, I don't think the Igbos can be accommodating the way these Yorubas, everybody have their flaws. I was born in Yoruba land. I lived among Yorubas. I can tell you their flaws because I'm an intuitive person. If I'm in an environment, I study the characteristics, the character of people. I can tell you within hours, if I stay in that environment and study, at least I can make a guesswork. So I was born in Yoruba, in Alausa. You know Alausa? The secretariat. I was born in Alausa. So I can tell you about the Yorubas. But I have stayed amongst the Igbos. Let me tell you a little bit. I learned spare parts. I went to serve As I finished secondary school, they took me. I went to Aloji in Aba to learn, do this paper trade. I served. At Lagos Island, I served motorcycle spare parts. So I've well lived among core Igbos. Core. I belong to an Igbo community. And with that, I acclimatized myself with core Igbos. I can tell you the difference. See, let me tell you. The positions the Yorubas are in now, if the Igbos were in that same position, we'll have gotten a lot of, let me not use the word. So as Igbos, you are in a place, an evil forest, in quote, and you are not emotionally intelligent. You're not socially intelligent to understand when to do one thing or when to do another thing. Now, the Yorubas will not come at you with physical whatever. They will use the law because they are in their state. And the governor of the state will pander to the Yoruba sentiment, in quote, that is my speculation, than you as an Igbo person. There's no how you want to win in this Lagos state. Should be the same Yoruba people said that we don't want any Igbo in the Lagos State Assembly. And they achieved it during the elections with the help of the institutions of power, the agencies of government. They stopped you from voting. It is because they found a way to align with the agencies of government. The Yorubas will not try that in Taraba State. It is in Lagos, their domain, that they can try it. The same way you can also try it in your own state. The more you understand that Nigeria is not designed to be one, we are culturally exclusive from each other. But you just go on and it's as you disgrace yourself. Sometimes I wonder whether these people are aware of what is going on around their surroundings and environment. I wonder. They will be, maybe they are shocked that people are resisting, or that means they are not like, they don't read, they don't research, they are not even, I don't know. I don't know what word. I don't want to use words so that it will not be as if this one and that one. Now they have arrested the young man. What are you going to do? What Ohanes is going to do now? He may be stopped. They will stop him, or he may go to court and bail condition, and he will come out and everything. At the end of the day, he has been disgraced. Let him, that money he wants to use to show himself in Lagos State. Let him use it to go to his own place. The insecurity going on. Most people cannot travel to the village. Most people are afraid. There are some places that are no go area. Now, when we allow unintelligent people, illiterates, to spearhead the agenda of a beautiful tribe like the Igbo tribe, that is what we get. Who is even recognizing this Obi or Eze? Who is? Why would Ohanese not? Ohanese, what is the work of Ohanese? I don't know. These people are just there. I went to an Ohanese meeting. I sat down there and I looked at the behavioral pattern of these guys in the Ohanese, Lagos State. I sat down and looked at them. I tried having a conversation with one of them, asking them about Ohanese, asking them about Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB and ESA. If you saw the reaction, you saw the way they behaved, you know that these people, most of the time, I got angry. I said, it's like these people, they don't understand what is going on. No. Maybe they will understand. Now they are understanding. Ohanese should put out a statement. Now, Ohanese in Nigeria, they are just like anyhow organization. They don't have respect. Unlike those days, if Ohanese come out to speak, they have respect. Now, they don't have respect because there's nothing they are doing. There's nothing tangible they are doing. They are not showing workings. They are not representing. Even the people they claim to represent, they are rejecting them because they are not showing workings. Is it me that will be advising Ohanese what to do? Such arrogant and pompous set of people. Not all of them, but the people that have come out to show themselves. I'm addressing this to them. What is wrong with us? If you had done this Oba of Lagos under Jonathan, you understand that the resistance will be, you could have your way. But you have a Tinubu regime. You understanding that there's nepotism. You understanding that there's an agenda being pushed by certain people. You understand that there's a consciousness rising among the Yoruba people, and yet you went on to disgrace yourself. And you bring Igbo. Don't bring Igbo into the mix. You don't represent the Igbo people. According to somebody, you're a scammer. You don't represent the Igbo people You never in any way represent the Igbo people. When I see Igbo people, I know all these impostors bringing bad name to the tribe. When I see the Igbo people, I know see, everybody will have a different perspective of the Igbo people with what these people are showcasing. You are not. I don't know who is going to talk to these guys. I don't know who is going to talk to them that they will listen. Well, if somebody gets to the age of 60 something, he might not listen. He might not adjust anymore. He might just be doing things anyhow. He might not even listen to until they hit him. I said it before that. See, what they are preparing politically for the Igbos in Lagos. You people should be cautious. It is high time you start thinking home. I love what even Hope Uzodinma is doing. He's questioning questioning oil companies that will come and drill oil in Imo State. I will not have office in Imo State. They'll carry their head office and go to Lagos State. In Lagos State, they will be paying tax to the Lagos State government. Why were they getting the oil? So more people are speaking up, thinking home. Our resources must be used to develop our area. Yes, we must benefit at least to an extent from the resources you get from our region, until we are pushing for restructuring that everybody will have to have a sizable control of what is getting in region. Now, southwest is getting organized. I don't know about south though, because I will not be copying somebody that is not doing something well. The Igbos need to organize themselves. We are saying it. The Igbos need to organize themselves, because very soon that Nigeria will begin to will its property. When Nigeria doesn't share in property, the Igbos might not have any property, any tangible thing to take home. The Fulanis have already gained. We use Nigeria. They don't build so many infrastructures for them outside the country. The few political ones, though, not the general population. The Yorubas have used a whole lot of influence from. Look at Tinubu administration. Look at how Lagos is prospering. Look at how Ogun State is opening up. Ondo State, Osun State. Look at how through Tinubu's presidency, a lot of things, just transformation going on in the southwest. What is going on in the southeast? So it is high time that those people that are planning to do one or two things, you are Oba of this, follow through the right channel. There is a Lagos State Minister of Arts and Culture. Go and consult before you do anything. If not, they will arrest you, and nothing you will do.